present syllabus for this semester. So when we are talking about reconciliation statement, as the meaning of the word indicates, it's actually we are trying to reconcile between the financial account results and the cost account results. That is, the cost accounting department will be preparing the cost statements, right? And the summarized form, as we call that, as cost sheet. Same as the way financial accounting department, or as you say, accounts department, will be preparing with the financial statements, which will be in the form of profit and loss account, cash flow statement, and also balance sheet. Now, when we are looking into these statements, profit and loss account as well as cost sheet, sometimes there can be a difference between the profit as shown in the profit and loss account and also as exhibited by the cost data. Okay, as exhibited by the cost sheet. So our basic problem is one company, the same company during the same operating cycle is with two different results. This is the condition, or this is the situation where we will be thinking about preparing a reconciliation statement. I repeat, when there is a difference shown by the profit that is being exhibited by the financial statement, that is profit and loss account, as well as the cost sheet, when these two figures appears to be different, we think about preparing a reconciliation statement. Now, what's our basic aim? We want to actually know the real profit. What is the actual profit earned by this company during this particular year, or maybe an operating cycle, normally and a year, because profit and loss account we prepare towards the end of that particular year, right? So that is the context in which we are going to discuss about reconciliation statement. So as I said, it's a statement prepared at the end of an accounting period, it can be prepared by the cost accountant or by the financial accountant. And why do we prepare that? We are preparing that to verify the correctness of cost and financial accounts. That's it. That is the primary purpose of preparation of a reconciliation statement. Okay, because we would like to explain what are the causes for the disagreement between the profit shown by the financial statement, which is being prepared by the financial accountant, and also the cost statement, which is prepared by the cost accounting department. So that is where finally we will prepare the reconciliation statement. Suppose if both cost sheet and our financial accounts, profit and loss account, show the same profit, then you can ask me, should we go with preparing the reconciliation statement? And my answer would be there is no need, because there is no difference that is being exhibited by these two data that is furnished for the same period by the same organization. In such a case, there is no need for preparation of a reconciliation statement. But if there is a difference that is being exhibited by both these statements, right? The one prepared by the financial accounting department and the other prepared by the cost accounting department, there is need for preparation of a reconciliation statement. So this is the concept in which we are discussing about the preparation of a reconciliation statement. So in our today's class, we would be looking at what is a reconciliation statement, what are the reasons for the difference in that are being in profit that are shown by financial statement as well as cost statement. Okay, and how are we going to prepare this reconciliation statement? That's the substance, or that's the content of today's class. So the reasons, primary reasons can be, there are some items, certain items that may not have a place in the cost sheet, or that may not have a place in the financial accounts. I have put few examples. The best example of items that will not have a place in cost accounting is your information regarding your investments. Say, I invested my money in maybe my savings, the company's savings being invested into capital market. It will never come into the cost statements. So accordingly, the return you gain from such investments also will not be having a place in our cost sheet. We know that because we would be taking care of only what is related with our cost factors. So there can be a difference. The difference will be like this. Our financial profit would be more than our cost, the profit shown by cost statement. Why? We have shown an additional income which has come in the form of interest income. So that can be one reason. There are additional incomes which had a place only in financial statements. Now, the second is that it's just a vice versa, the opposite. There may be some items which may not have a place in the financial statements, but it has a place in the cost statements. Say, for example, notional rent. The rent that is being charged when the property is occupied by the owner itself. Notional, a rent which would have to be paid if it is occupied by somebody else. Since the owner is occupying, since the owner is using the property, his own or her own property for his business, it does not carry any expense in the form of rent. But you have every possibility of considering notional rent in your expenses. If that is the case, such items generally do not occupy a place in financial statements. So there can be a difference in the profit exhibited by the cost statement, okay, by the cost statement and financial account. So in this case, since an additional expense is charged in the cost accounting statement, your profit exhibited by cost accounting statement would be comparatively lesser than the financial account statements. So this can be another context where we are talking about the difference shown by the financial account and the cost account. So the difference in profit. So what we will do, we will adjust it. We know that one additional expense being charged to cost account. So either that expense need to be charged along with the financial profit, or the additional expense charged to the cost statement need to be added back in the cost profit to match these figures, which we will discuss when we are doing the exercise. Or maybe another reason for the difference between the cost statement, okay, and the financial statement, profit in cost statement and financial statement, can be the different methods used for valuation of stocks, maybe at market price or at cost price. It depends, right? So that can be one reason. Or another can be over absorption or under absorption. One particular expense, maybe it is charged at 2,000 in financial statement, okay, in profit and loss account, but the same item may be charged at 3,000 in the cost sheet. Right. So, or maybe in the cost accounts. So there can be a difference. There is a difference of 1,000 rupees, right? So that also can be a reason, or it also can be based on the difference in the methods of depreciation. We know that there are different methods like straight line method, written down value method. So based on this also there can be difference shown by the cost sheet, or as we say, it can be by the cost statement and the financial statement. So the reason can be depending on each situation. But broadly, what we have to understand is, if there is a difference being shown, sometimes it can be genuine because maybe one error being committed while preparing the financial statement, which need to be rectified. It can happen in the reverse order also. Maybe some errors occurred while the preparation of cost statements. That can also happen. Or it can be because of the difference in the treatments of items in both these conditions. In both these cases, we need to come up with an adjustment of our profit balance in these. We have to equalize it. We have to find the reasons for the difference and we have to equalize it. That process is what we call as preparation of reconciliation. Right. Now, there are two choices for us. We can start from the profit and loss, profit as exhibited by the financial statement, and land up to the profit as exhibited by the cost statement. Or we can start with profit as exhibited by the cost statement and land up to profit as exhibited by the financial account, which will be clear as we do. Okay, so this is the theory part. Now, the procedure for reconciliation always involves two statements. That is, one is an account, another one is a statement. The first one is a reconciliation statement. Second one is memorandum reconciliation account. So as we know, first one is in the form of a statement. Second one is just in the form of account. So there is balancing. Balancing the figure happens, right? One side you will have financial details, another side you will have the income and expense. So you will go with the balancing of that. So debit and credit system works when we come with the concept of accounts. Okay, but reconciliation statement is a rectification statement which we prepare by adjusting the various entries looking into that particular case. So these are the two documents which we would be considering to rectify the difference between the profit balance as shown by the cost figures and finance figures. Okay, finance account figures, right? So sometimes in our exam, they might ask only preparation of reconciliation statement. Sometimes they might ask us to prepare both, prepare reconciliation statement as well as memorandum reconciliation account. So we need to know both, right? We will just look at the pro forma of how it will look like. This is the pro forma of a profit and loss reconciliation statement. Now we have the choice. We can start from, suppose if it is a loss, we have to start from the loss. It can be loss as exhibited by cost or financial account, and end we will come up with. So both these will balance. At the end, we will come up with profit and loss, or profit or loss. It can be a condition of both profit or loss as exhibited by the suppose if we begin with cost account, ending would be financial account. If we begin with financial account, ending would be cost account. That's it, right? Now, this is the format of a memorandum of reconciliation account. Here you can see that the concept of debit and credit is there. Even though we don't write it as debit and credit, the concept of debiting all the expenses appears here. The concept of crediting all the incomes appears here, which you can understand very well by profit as per cost accounts, right? So naturally, it is the concept of debit and credit, right? Then we will add all incomes that had been charged in the financial account but not in the cost account. We'll add all that. Okay. If we are starting from cost account, the reverse will happen if we are starting from financial account. Now we are discussing that we are starting from cost account. In that case, all additional incomes that had been charged in the financial statement in our profit and loss account, which did not appear in the cost sheet, will be added back. Okay, will be added back. And in the left side, all the expenses that is being charged in the financial statement, the profit and loss account, but not charged in the cost statement, will be charged here. Okay, that is the first stage. The second stage is we will add back all extra expenses that is being charged in the cost account. Why? We need to balance. It's like this. See, I will say an example. Suppose I have charged salary in financial account, but not in cost account. The result will be cost accounting profit would be high because one expense is not charged in cost accounting. Right? So our purpose would be we need to charge that expense in cost account to bring this back to a normal, to balance it. So we need to think in that way. Okay. Suppose one income not charged in cost account, but it is shown in financial account. Position would be like this. Financial account profit will show higher balance, whereas cost account profit would be low. So if we need to bring it back, we have to add that income to cost account to balance it. So it will happen like this. So we are balancing it, right? So we balance it and we bring it together. So that's how things will happen in case of a financial account and cost account. So we need to think in this logical sense when we are going with the preparation of reconciliation statement. It's actually an adjustment which we made to balance the profit shown by financial account and cost account. This is the introduction. Okay, this is how we go with preparation of a reconciliation statement. So we started with the need for preparation of a reconciliation statement. We also said about the reasons and the format. The two state, one is a statement, one is an account. So I just give a summary of what we had been discussing in today's class. So we started with preparation of a reconciliation statement. The need for preparation of a reconciliation statement comes from the fact that sometimes the profit exhibited by the cost data, cost sheet, as well as that being exhibited by the financial statement, that is profit and loss account, would be different. It will disagree. In that case, it is the purpose of the organization to come into a consensus. We need to match these two with each other. So when we are matching this, we have to find out the reasons why they show different profit for the same accounting period. In that, we said the reasons can be some incomes normally do not have a place in cost sheet or cost account because that is connected with the investments made by us. It can be in the reverse order also. Some incomes or some expenses, they do not occupy a place in the financial account. So we need to find out the reasons and then adjust this to come to a balance or for balancing these two aspects. So that is where we are talking about preparation of a reconciliation statement. So that adjustment requires two steps. One is preparation of a reconciliation statement, which I said in the beginning. And the second one is preparation of a reconciliation account, that is memorandum reconciliation account. While preparing the account, we follow the principles of accounting, that is debit the expenses and credit the incomes. So that's where we were just looking at the format of preparation. So this is the theory part in that, and tomorrow we will go with the practical aspects. Right. I think now, if you have any doubt regarding what we had been discussing, you can tell me, or else I'm just asking. If you have any doubt, can you ask me now on what we are going to discuss? Because tomorrow